how did you derive this hometown, Nungwa, Accra?
Mr. Chair, per my basic knowledge, my hometown is where I believe I come from, was born. And so I'm an indigene. My parents are both from Nungwa, and I'm a Ga. And so that is why I stated it there.
So just for the avoidance of doubt, mommy is from Nungwa.
Yes, sir.
Daddy is from Nungwa.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm a bit curious. My respected colleague, Roxanne Echedefiamepo, greeted you in language. I'm quite familiar with the Gan language. I didn't think that was a Gan language. Gan. What language was that, please?
That was Dangbe.
Are you a Dangbe?
No, sir, but I'm in a close relation to Dangbe, so I'm not a Dangbe. I'm a Ga, but it's a close language.
I just want to have clarity. Are you able to speak the Dangbe language, or you are partly from the Dangbe area?
Mr. Chairman, if you look at the languages spoken, that is not there. I have just the basic knowledge to, let me say, I understand it, small. And then when you ask me things like what the honorable member asked, I can respond. So that is just my understanding of it. Thank you.
Fair enough. So you don't speak Dangbe?
No, I don't.
Very well. Still on page 1 of your CV. Let's first deal with your MPhil in leadership. I read MPhil leadership, comma, University of Professional Studies, Accra, September 2014 to March 2017. Full stop. Next line. Research. Column. Women's participation in leadership. Column. Challenges and prospects to the development of Lejokuku Krowo Municipal Assembly. Dash June 2017. I have 2 questions for you there. 1, how was this MPhil program structured? And I'll give you a guide to assist you in the answer that you're going to give. Was this course structured in a thought in part and research in part, or it was a full research without a thought aspect?
There's the thought aspect, and then it also flows into the research aspect.
Was it a full-time MPhil program?
A full-time, but in the evenings.
Now, the thought part of the program, was it for the first year?
Yes, sir.
Right. Within this period that you were going through this thoughts program, the 1 year, you were also working?
Yes, I was.
Full time?
Yes.
Where?
I think around that time, I was working with NALAG.
Respectfully, as what?
As the General Secretary.
So the NALAG work was not just leadership, but the full-time work.
Yes.
So when you say full-time work, are you referring to 8 to 5 p.m.?
Yes, sir. Or sometimes I start at 6.
6 a.m.
Yes, sir.
So we should assume that you closed from work and attended your evening full-time program.
Yes, sir.
Very well. Now, the year 2 was for your research.
Yes, sir.
Respectfully, honorable colleague, how did you embark on your research?
Thank you very much. I think you submit the research topic for assessment. Once it is approved, you design your questionnaires and then you submit to your supervisor. They go through it and then you go ahead to the field to administer. And then once you've gone through everything, the methodology, everything, you are granted the opportunity to defend. And then once defended, you graduate.
So you've indicated that you ended the program March 2017.
Yes,
then
sir.
You have also indicated that your research work you submitted June 2017. Please, can you clarify?
There was a bit of a delay. When I was doing the MPhil, I had then applied to Legon, University of Ghana. In fact, it was one of the reasons why I went in for the MPhil, so that it's close to the University of Ghana. Within the period, the PhD program got structured from a 3-year course to a 4-year course. So the waiting period was when I decided to undertake this course. So if you look at it critically, you realize that my final year, that was in 2014, I had to juggle between going for the PhD class and then also doing finishing up my research work.
Honorable colleagues, respectfully, it couldn't have been that your final year. It couldn't have been, because if you look at the same CV, the PhD, you've written PhD, Institute of African Studies. And by the way, before I proceed, bear with me. You know, the enterprise we undertake here is a perception-driven enterprise. When you go all calmly, the perception is that we are treating you with kid gloves. If we ask you very strong questions, it is also seen as we being too hard. But I would manage myself, and I don't intend to be very personal. Okay? Just understand me that
yes, sir.
You are a witness in the box who must answer necessary questions. We are politicians, and we have the public that wants to understand certain perspectives. So I'm limiting myself to the policy issues and then deal with your profile that is getting you into governance. Is that okay?
That's fine.
So
sir.
I mean no ill will. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Very well. So that assured, look at your CV again. PhD, Institute of African Studies, University of Ghana, Legon, September 2014 to December 2020. So if you say that in your final year you had issues, it couldn't have been, because you see, you started MPhil and PhD at the same time. I find that very curious. So it wasn't the case that there was, when you were about finishing one, you started the other. And that is why you had some delay. I want you to have an opportunity to clarify.
Thank you. With the MPhil, I actually started the MPhil somewhere 2013, and the PhD was in 2014. The MPhil coursework was supposed to be...
Honorable Member, would you...
Honorable Leader, let's take the answer, then you can do a follow-up. Thank you very much.
Chairman, with respect, as much as possible, I don't want to get into the ocean. I want to guide her. I'll give the same protection that you give her. So please, when I want to help her, allow that. But if you want to open it up, I don't mind. Honorable Member, would you want to amend your CV on that aspect, just for the record, so that we don't go deep, 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 and deep again? Page 1, on the start date, would you want to amend your CV?
Yes, sir.
Very well. I yield to Chairman for you to apply for his leave to amend, then I can proceed. Thank you.
Please go ahead and do the amendment.
The MPhil program was somewhere 2013. I was trying to be specific, but the MPhil program is somewhere 2013.
When in 2013, because it's an academic year, it starts from a point. When in 2013, respectfully?
I have September on record, and so
we maintain the September.
Yes, I want to.
And then just amend the year.
Yes, please.
Very well. Any further amendment, please? No, we are staying there for a moment.
Okay.
So I just want you to have the opportunity. Apart from the year, the 2013, we're now maintaining the September. So the start date.
The start date, the completion date is not in doubt.
Okay, so you are not changing the completion date?
No, the completion date is not in doubt.
Very well. So let's go to the PhD. Are you maintaining the start date for the PhD as well, and the completion date for the PhD as well?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Now, honorable colleague, do you have your certificate for the MPhil, please?
Yes, please.
What is the date on it for the graduation? The date of the certificate?
20th June 2017.
Now, when you submit your thesis, it has to be assessed. You need some period to defend it.
Yeah.
And when you submitted your thesis for the MPhil, how long did it take you to defend it? The supervisors, how long did it take them to get back to you that they have marked your thesis and everything was okay? Was it a month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 week, 3 days, 1 day?
For the MPhil, I will not have a clear period, but I know that it was between 2 months or 3 months. I can't recollect.
So let's take the minimum of 2 months, the one you collect. Now, having told this committee that upon submission, it took 2 months for your assessors to get back to you. At least we use a 2 month. Check again on your CV and the certificate you have. Would you want to take chairman's leave to amend your records again? Thank you.
I'm going by what is on the certificate, that 20th June 2017. That is what I have here.
My respected colleague, you had in an earlier answer submitted for records that you were done with your program in March 2017, but your thesis delayed. So you submitted your thesis in June of 2017. In fact, that is what you stated here, that your project work research you submitted June 2017. You have a moment ago also indicated that when you submit your project work, your thesis, it takes about 2 to 3 months. Now here is
or more.
Or more, very well, that's okay. I just wanted to use the minimum where you remember. Now, if you submit your thesis in June, and the assessor is going to take 2 months minimum to look at it, mark, get an external assessor to also look at it, which means that in June when you submit it, you would have July and you would have August, okay? Minimum. You cannot graduate in June 2017 and have a certificate which says you have MPhil, you've earned an MPhil in June 2017. It's the reason why I ask you again. Sometimes we all forget. Sometimes we want to be given the chance. It could be that whoever typed your CV made some mistakes. We all give instructions to our secretaries, type this for me, do that. I understand, as an administrator, a leader, there are some errors. So I'm giving you one more opportunity. Would you want to take chairman's leave to amend those records also? Because this is going into public records. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Let me also state that, Mr. Chairman, the 20th June 2017 is the day after graduation when I was given the certificate, but the submission was in 2016. So most often you realize that the year, depending on how soon you submit your project work or thesis, you might not graduate in the same year. And so it is when I was given the certificate that is being referred to here.
Okay, honorable colleague, let's take it step by step. So when did you submit your thesis to UPSA? Which date did you submit your thesis to UPSA?
The submission date, unless I check, but I can assure you that
don't worry, I would take it that you would come back if you want to come back.
No, leader.
Well, leader,
okay.
With all due respect, let's abide by the rules. If a question is asked, kindly allow the witness to place the answer on record. Then you can follow up with another question where the witness is in the process, or the nominee is in the process of answering the question. Then you come in to say, no. Honorable leader, with all due respect, I do not think that is the way we should go. So kindly allow the witness to place the answer on record so that the clerk will be able to pick the answer on the record. Then you can follow up. Thank you very much.
When did you submit your MPhil dissertation?
In 2016.
Your MPhil program at UPSA, when did it start and when did it end?
Mr. Chairman, I stated earlier that the MPhil program started somewhere 2013, and the completion, when I said completion, including graduation, was around 2017. If you check the records, I did not even graduate with my colleagues. So I stayed, I had a year delay or some months or something delay. But I submitted in 2016.
There's a difference between graduation and submission, which would conclude the program. When did you complete your MPhil program?
I completed in 2016.
Do you remember the month?
No, sir.